Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we are returning to Hearts of Iron 4. We've just conquered Poland. I'm afraid we'll need to give up a little bit of that due to the Russians. But until then, I have in the meantime already drawn up some plans here for the invasion of the Low Countries and Norway and Denmark. So these are things that are of course going to happen in like early 1940. We're going to follow the historical timeline. Of course it would have been possible to do a 1940 invasion of the Soviet Union, but we want to get the challenge, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We have some decisions available, and I noticed that our war support, because we are in an offensive war, is dropping here. So let us indeed do the war propaganda against France. We do have the political power to do that, and it's going to increase our war support a little bit, and that I think is going to be fine and fantastic. Do we even want to go for improved worker conditions? Right now we actually do have some availability here, and I think a little bit more stability is usually a good idea for more long-term factory output. So I'm tempted to do that. 180 days. You know what? Let's do it. Let's be bold. Let's make sure that we're going to use that. Right, other than that, we can invite a faction. Ooh, the Hungarians. Yeah, let's do that. Welcome to the team. And then anything else here we need to do? I don't think so. No, we're fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue the fight over here. As you can see, our invasion of Oslo is going to be mainly driven by the Gebirgsgruppe, which I think is going to be very appropriate. We do have some fights over here. So maybe let's take a look at our air group, and I would like it to be rebased over here and actually attack these submarines. Now we are a little bit shy on our naval capacity, so I think that is something that the game was lying to me. The game was telling me that I could invite them, and yet that didn't seem to be the case. Right, everyone is moving up here to the west. By the way, one of the interesting things, I figured at least, is look at this. Look at how much damage the Allied bombers have already done on our rail infrastructure here. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see whether that is going to persist. How many bombers do they have? A lot, actually. That's a rather significant number. Okay, and we'll need to pull back some fighters, I guess, to Western Germany. And you guys can actually also stop doing what you're doing, because we really don't need any bombers here right now. So let's get rid of that, and let's take all of you guys here. That's a little bit too many, but I figure we could base at least a large number of you up here in Schleswig-Holstein. You know what, let's base you over here. You're going to move over there. And you two are also going to move over here. So that you have some partition of Poland. Yes, we are going to follow the treaty obligations here. Again, we want to have the challenge against the Soviets. It shouldn't be too bad either. Right, as a priority, you guys are done. Let's move you down here. They're going to move in here. Yeah, they are. Sort of as we expected. No big surprise here. We are, of course, going to do some things there in the long run. Let's actually check these things. So we are losing some convoys here. That's a bit unfortunate. We're losing trains. That's also somewhat unfortunate. But I do at least hope that we're going to be able to fight them off in the long run there. We'll need to see. Doctrines are available. That is the Air Force here. Air support. Well, I don't want to spend that right now because we are currently researching the Focke-Wulf 190, and I do want to put some modifications on that too. Well, on the other hand, we are sinking some French submarines here, so that is nice to see. 3 of them. That's pretty good. So I don't think that was very worthwhile for them. Right, in the meanwhile, I think we can take a look here at the railways infrastructure and take a look at whether we can do anything to improve that. So I'm guessing... So we're going to use one line here running to the south, that's for sure. That needs to be upgraded over here, I believe. We also have this line running down here to the south entirely. That's kind of fine too. But I'm guessing we'll need something that runs basically straight to the east here. So I suppose what I would like to do is build a rail line up over here. Let's make sure that it's at least level 3. And then level 3 all the way to the front here. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Right, and then down here we probably want to upgrade that one too. That one has just recently been damaged, but I would like to build it up later on. It's a little bit windy there, but should be alright, I hope at least. Right, and I suppose the rail infrastructure here directly next to Berlin should also be a little bit upgraded, so that ultimately it's going to be a little bit more stable there. Right, I would like to use this northern route here too, so maybe let's try to build that up. So that we have some things here running towards Memel and some of the other areas here in the north. So basically, ultimately we would have like 4 strength running east, and hopefully that should be okay. Right, further stuff there, and the naval battles, that's all going to be alright. We will go via the doctrine, so that should be okay. Low supplies up here. Well, we probably do need to motorize some of these things, right? I'm very much guessing that. On the flip side, we can probably demotorize some of the stuff here in the east. And get back some of our trucks and have them run normally. Right, we're gonna see. Anything else here? Low manpower? Yeah, that's true. Air wings with no missions assigned, also true. Are you seriously bombing Poland now? I would love if there was an ability... Oh, this close air support, I was wondering why it didn't work. Well, do we have some more fighters? Small fighter group somewhere? How about you guys? How about I send you to Poland and we're gonna do some air superiority here. And you guys can do that over here. All of that is costing us fuel, which is of course not that great, but... I would love there to be less micro in some way doing that. Poland, sinking stuff. We're losing some convoys over here, and that is interesting. So you know what? Let's actually grab all of our submarines here. You're also submarines? Yeah, you are. Okay, all of you guys, how about we do some convoy raiding in the western approaches? And maybe Bay of Biscay. We're going to see how badly you're going to be losing stuff, but maybe it's going to be worthwhile. We're also going to use a lot of fuel doing that, I think. But on the other hand, you know, submarines don't take that much fuel, which I think is pretty good. Right, you guys are also off harbor, so let's bring you back into harbor so that we are saving some fuel. That should be nice. Insufficient resources here, a little bit of rubber. Oh, you're not delivering as much as we are contracted to do. Italy is not sending us stuff anymore. Naval route efficiency, yeah, we are being short-handed here a little bit. Of course, that could be one of the... Ooh, French operative captured. Oh, that being said, I should actually check on what we're doing over here. Okay, so you have done your thing there. Let's nevertheless build up more know-how about the UK. We don't know that much about them yet, but at least a little bit. So civilian... You're using a lot in airplane production. Speaking of, we do now have the Focke-Wulf, which is pretty great. It is almost 1940, so we can definitely look at 1940 technology. We're doing that over here anyway. Plus 8% research is, of course, a very good long-term solution. On the other hand, I'm somewhat concerned about our lack of anti-submarine warfare capabilities. So maybe this is really something that we should be spending some stuff on. How much better is this submarine hull? I think the visibility is considerably better. And it actually gives us torpedo tubes. Huh, okay. So this does come with their own submarine capabilities. You know what? Submarines or destroyers. Let's go for better submarines. I think they will be useful in the long run. And then let's look at production. Let's look at the Focke-Wulf here. I do want to give it a little bit of an upgrade, of course, in engine power. We don't have enough air know-how to do that. Max speed, reliability could be a little bit better. And then we're not going to upgrade the weapons. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. So the Focke-Wulf A, we're going to decommission the base variant here, of course. And then take a look at where the fighter production is, right over here. Yeah, let's get better stuff going. We still are a little bit shy on rubber, but there's only so much that we can do about that. Right, let's take a look at what the situation here. I'm a little bit... Are you kidding me? I was afraid that we'd not be doing that great, but that is just horrible. Oh my god. Everyone come back to base, please. Maybe we should not be researching battle submarines. Jesus. Have aircrafts been upgraded? Jesus, that was harsh. That was really harsh. We lost so many submarines right there. Bam. Really not that great. I mean, yeah, we are seeing that we are sinking all of the French submarines here. But Jesus. Jesus. Western approach is naval combat. No other thing over here. That's okay so far. All of our guys here are alright. Alright, Naval Battle. Yeah, we lost 2 submarines. But really, 20 submarines sunk in... That's just no. I'm sorry, that was just... That was over the top, I think. Right, magnetic mine, that is nice. I think one of the things that we should potentially be researching is this stuff over here, landing craft. And the reason for that is, I think if we go for Operation Weserübung, so the northern approaches, we do get a bonus, and that bonus is specifically reducing ahead of time penalty by 2 years. And right now, these things are 1940 technology, so that's really not that much of a bummer. But this one, reducing that by 2 years, that would be pretty brilliant. So I think it's slightly better doing it this way. Good. Okay, Western Poland, enemy has air superiority. Who is flying over here? The AI is getting so much more aggressive in their air setup here. That is interesting. It's good to see that they are finally doing that. Let's grab a couple of fighters here over Czechoslovakia, and we're going to do some air superiority here. But I think at these distances, it is worthwhile to basically keep them going, and you know, if they really want to attack here, let them have it. It's going to be fine for me. They're probably going to lose much more than we are going to lose over time, at least. At least that's my hope. We do need more rubber again. So East Indies. Yeah, but our efficiency here is really not good enough. Our convoys are being sunk. And I think that's only going to become better once we have dealt with France. The other question is, could we influence the Dutch with these things? Let's try. Maybe I'm not entirely sure whether that will work, but we'll see. Magnetic detonators done. That's also good. But again, we are researching that. We could research the snorkel. Increased production cost, but decreased visibility. And I think the decreased visibility is very likely to be the best choice that we have over here. So let's try to make sure. I don't think that 1940 is around the corner. You know what? Let's start with the research here. That's going to be a good long-term choice anyway. Right, there we go. Anything else then? No, I think it's just ticking along. So let's accelerate time here a little bit. Army innovations 2 soon going to be done, and then I think we're directly going to go into Weserübung and then the other stuff. Centrometric radar, that is lovely because A, we've got better radar now, which is in itself pretty good, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing actually is that it will allow us to build better tanks. Now, speaking of all of this here is upgraded, so well, what we could do is build with cheaper trains. And I like that idea. On the other hand, I also like just flat out better equipment. Like infantry, soft attack. You know what? This is a big modifier to sort of all of our stuff. That being said, we should upgrade our tanks. So let's take a look here at the Panzer III C. And you guys are going to get a new radio here, which is going to give you much better breakthrough and defense. and it's going to be the D variant. Yeah, I can live with that. Speed is still looking good. So yeah, we're going to save that. And we're going to do the same here with the Panzer II. And again, you're going to get a better radio. Breakthrough, better, like it. Everything good. Let's save it. Good, there we go. And then what we need to do is, of course, pull up these guys here and ask it to be producing the Panzer IIID and the Panzer IID, respectively. Good. You could actually upgrade a couple of our older versions here. You know what? Let's do that. It should be pretty quick, and I think it's going to be a nice boost here for some of our tanks. Speaking of our tanks, I mean, how much stuff do we have? 100 tanks already here, and quite a couple of light tanks. Now, a lot of these guys are still using Panzer Is, so we shouldn't go overboard here. But I do believe that we can train up at least 2 units. Maybe that's a bit too much, because that means this support here will be too little. Italy is joining. That's a little bit earlier than historically was the case. And they're now going to headbutt themselves against France. Italy is justifying against Yugoslavia. We should keep that in mind. We do still have low manpower. Everything else seems to be alright-ish. Army Innovations 2 done. Lovely. Let's go for Weserübung. For Poland and Denmark. And then we should potentially look at doctrines, because I think we can now buy a couple more, right? Yeah, Blitzkrieg, which will enable breakthrough. Great. And some recovery rate and organization. Yeah. That's just good. And likewise Kampfgruppe. So we are fairly far down the route here with overwhelming fire. I think we should also look at our officer corps here and see what should be our preferred selection here. We should also look at the academies here and stuff. But the army experience is really not that good for now. I would of course like to get more XP gain. More XP gain would be great. Especially for the tank leaders. Spirit of the army, motorization. Mechanized infantry unit design cost. Tempting, but again 50. That's very expensive. I would also like maneuver warfare. It does increase the chance of an unexpected thrust. And the unexpected thrust is not the best. It does give us 15% bonus damage. Whereas, for example, Blitz does decrease enemy damage by also 15%. But this one does not rely on hardness. This one does rely on hardness. So this is really only available for tanks. This is available for other things too. And while we are using a lot of tanks, it's not the only thing that we're doing, right? Let's go with the unexpected thrust here. I think that's going to be alright. We could do some here. Admiral's chance, Admiral, Seawolf experience gain. Seawolf experience gain is pretty nice. Anything else? Jean-Nicole? Yeah, destroyers. I like destroyers. Naval research speed. Let's do it. It's going to be useful. Right, everything else is just waiting up here though, so all in all pretty okay. Anything else here? No, I think you guys are all fine, right? Yeah, seem to be. No manpower, justifying war goals. That's Italy against Yugoslavia, that's fine. And we don't need to be too concerned here about the manpower right now. Of course, in the long run, that is a concern, but... Excuse me? I'm sorry, what was that about? Is that due to the Italians? I really don't know. Notice, by the way, that they are fighting in Africa now. We could try to help them out. And some of our bases here are apparently in low supply, so you guys should get more trucks to support everyone here. Right. Question is, do we want to send someone to Africa? I don't think it's a terrible idea. We are venturing far into the realm of unhistorical stuff now, but you know what? Let's do that. Let's grab at least a couple of our tanks, and I think... Oh well, we do have a lot of groups here. So let's set up another group here with just a couple of these guys. Maybe... Yeah, maybe like that. 2 tanks, 2 motorized equipment. I think that's okay. We don't want to overburden their supply either. And we're, of course, going to call this the Africa Corps. It's with a K, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Right, can you get a nice little symbol here? Let's just give you anything. And who's going to command that? Of course, I would like it to be historical, but we don't need to be over the top here. Kutschstudent? No. Paul Hauser? Logistics would be a fairly important trade here, I think. So, maybe Zepp Dietrich is a good choice. Yeah, I think he is. Right, you're going to be alright, and you're going to be part of a new army group. And this new army group is going to be commanded by no other than Kluge? Yeah, why not Kluge? Good. Okay, let's get you guys all the way down here. So you should be getting down there fairly quickly, hopefully. War with France bypassed. Ah, because we did get the Weserübung. Yeah, of course. Tannenbaum. Switzerland. No. We're going to go around Maginot. I think that's going to be alright. Good. Okay, let's deaccelerate timing here a little bit. And let's actually start our war with Denmark first. So... declare war on Denmark. Is that further reducing our stability? No, I don't think so. So that's going to be okay-ish. Right, and then that means you guys and the Yellow Army, you guys can start your offensive here. They're joining the Allies. Yes, of course they do. So is everyone attacking that single province here? That seems a little bit over the top. Also, what we should do is grab our... Who's flying over here? Don't think you should be. Right, let's grab our bombers. Let's set them up to do direct support here. That should be a-okay. Use tactical bombers too. You know what? Let's send you over here. And we've got 400 fighters. I would like a little bit more. These guys always look like fighters to me. You know what? Let's pull these 200 over here and into this area here. And then there. And that should give us quite a bit of oomph here against these guys. Intel advantage, enemy air superiority, yes. You've got an intel advantage. We should potentially try to form up one of our scout groups, right? We have been building a couple of scout planes over time. So, yeah, let's use that group and try to spy on them during the day, please. There we go. It's not a big factor, but it should be doing a little bit for us. Air support, yeah. We're doing quite a bit of damage here now, so that's nice. The organization is faltering pretty quickly. You're getting your own air support, but I think that's gonna fall apart fairly soon. Join wars? Yes, of course you can join our wars. I'm still a little bit worried about Hungary there, but I think it's gonna be alright. Good. You guys are coming down here. Nice. How about actually we go... maybe not into Palermo, actually. Maybe all of you guys can come into Messina? And I could actually send you over already, because I'm slightly worried that I'm going to be caught off guard here, with all of our units sort of in limbo. And it would be nice if not all of them were to die at the same time. Right, we're going to see. We're going to see whether that is going to work out. Danish submarine sunk. Everyone is advancing through Denmark here in a fairly nice fashion. Well, I say fairly nice fashion, but honestly, you guys should actually all try to get to Copenhagen. That's sort of our main goal here, actually, in case you wondered. Right, everyone else here is being overrun though, so that is good. Yeah, shouldn't take too long for them to be finished. Come on now. There we go, Copenhagen, do you surrender? Yes, you do. Lovely, we're also getting some stuff here. Honestly, not that much, but still, that's nice. Good, okay. What we're going to do now, of course, is try to pull up a couple of our fighters and stuff. So let's take these fighters. You're going to be based up here in the north. You're going to be flying over southern Norway. If you could pretty please, you guys are going to go on the belt itself. You can fly a little bit closer for that. And then all of these bombers here, basically, can you shift to southern Norway? And I'm guessing that these close support guys will need to come a little bit closer there too. In fact. Good. That's fine. And in fact, I think what we can do is also pull these fighters towards this area down here, towards Alexandria, and then fly over Egypt. Provided at least a little bit of cover there. And that should be nice. Good. See that? That's what I was afraid of. Well, at least you guys do form an offensive line somewhere over here, and then at least you're being transported over there. That's okay there. Can I get all of you to pretty please just withdraw to that harbor? You're gonna take some damage there, but I still think it's worth the risk. Iceland, yeah, you know what? You guys are fine, but you should please come down here via rail. I think it might in fact be very timely that we came down here, because these guys are looking like they're going to be cut off here. Come on. Yeah, we lost one convoy, but they lost a couple of submarines too, so that's nice. Good. Oh, they've landed down there. And look at this, they're actually fighting there properly, I want to say. Right. We're going to see. Okay, you guys all did your job, that's fine. So I'm guessing that the next thing is to declare war on Norway in February. What could possibly go wrong? There we go. Let's send you up there, and then who's going to attack? You guys are going to attack. Right, you're joining the Allies. That's not a big surprise. We are potentially going to be stuck here attacking Oslo itself. So, you know what? We should actually send out our Kriegsmarine and try to support that. Again, what could possibly go wrong sailing towards Oslo? I'm sure that there's absolutely not going to be any super old fortification that is going to come back to haunt us. Why don't you accept that this is where you need to be? Also, where did my planes go that were in Alexandria? Are they automatically withdrawing, or are they just lost? Please tell me that I didn't lose 200 fighters for absolutely no purpose at all. I'm hoping that they went back to the... Oh, that's a bummer. Right, guys, maybe deploy a little bit more safely, like over here. Come on. Finland and the Soviets are doing things. Come on. When are you going to be done? 8 o'clock. Now you should be able to transfer here, right? Yeah, you are. Good. Alright. So far, so bad, but let's see. Okay, here we go. This is our attack on Oslo itself. Except Dietrich is falling ill. But at least a couple of our guys are landing next to Oslo, and I think they should then have a relatively nice time supporting the advance on Oslo itself. So let's do that with you guys. And then these mountaineers are going to try to circle around there and offer more attack patterns here. And hopefully that will then overwhelm them in after all. We also have our air support, so again, I think we're gonna mostly lose people towards frostbite and stuff. Yeah, we should be fine over there though. What decision is available? War propaganda against Norway. Again, our war support is not as good as I would hope it to be, so let's actually do that. That should be okay. Right, and then you guys, can you all sort of form the plan to advance towards Cairo? And I don't want to tell you to do your job, I don't want to be too microing here, but it looks to me as though we could easily finish off these guys. Cut them off from any supplies. Not sure why they're even gaining any supplies here, where they're coming from, but I think very soon we should be starting to see some losses here. And you are pretty much encircled, so hopefully that's going to be alright. There's a naval battle up here. Just some submarines, nothing too big. Yeah, the fighting down here has subsided a little bit. I'm hoping that the French are going to pull off some of their troops. Right, and what we can do here is try to make that somewhat more coherent, although I'm afraid that that's all going to fail. Right, you know what? Everyone is going to advance towards Narvik. And you can actually start doing that. And hopefully that should all sort of fall into place. Go to Christesand. One of you guys go to Stavanger. And maybe not just directly via the enemy there. Just advance aggressively, please. Could actually potentially pull in one of our motorized groups. Just a short hop across the belt here, and then they're going to be ready to do that. Right, we are seeing some resistance to occupation, which we will need to address at some point. Jesus, the Italians are getting themselves encircled all over the place. Right, maybe we need to hold back here a little bit until we get these guys to properly do their thing. Let's keep on these two things. That should be alright. These guys are now going to suffer from some problems, at least, with their supplies, so I think that's going to be nice. Jesus. No, 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 no. We do not want to be encircled here. I cannot have that. I cannot just, you know, bash the Italians and then say, oh, we can't do that ourselves. Interestingly enough, our supply situation is even worse than the Italian ones, so... sorry, than the British ones. Okay, we need to be a little bit careful here. Can we please not be entirely stupid? Well, wait a minute. I think we can go over here. And that should hopefully... Yeah, I think that might work. Okay, let's do it like that. And then let's ask you to attack over here. I can also ask you to do some other things. No, I can't. Not that. Not now. No national focus. We are around the Maginot. Well, we are not around the Maginot, but we can go around Maginot. We can align sort of everyone. We can also start thinking about other things here. How about naval rearmament? Some bonuses for destroyers and stuff. Not a bad idea. Also the U-boat effort. Submarine models. It's tempting to try to go down that route, but there's just so much that is tempting. Anti-Comintern Pact. Air innovations. Synthetic rubber. How's our rubber looking? Yeah, well, now it's looking okay. Actually buying a little bit too much there. So I don't think we need that right now. Air innovations, second Vienna Award, all of the Italian stuff. Again, really not something that we need right now. Don't think we need Operation Tannenbaum either. So potentially naval rearmament might be the best choice that we have over here. Or air innovations. When is the first technology on rocketry coming due? I think that's under air, isn't it? It's not under air? No, it's under engineering. 943. Yeah, we still have a while to finish that. So... Align Hungary. Align Romania might also be fairly useful. The Reichskommissariats, especially Norway. I'm not entirely sure what these decisions do, but it might be useful. Lots of military factories here. You know what? Let's try to align Hungary. And then see whether that will help out. Right. German pressure towards Benelux. We are now attacking over here. Let's try to support that attack and let's try to overwhelm them. We don't have quite as much soft attack as they do. And they are getting reinforcements here, but these reinforcements are fairly unorganized. And if... Now we're now being attacked over here too. But you should lose rapidly. Come on. Just want to get that done. Right, okay. One of you's actually withdrawing here. Okay, let's focus on the defense. How can we be so bad? I think the Italian supply here is really horrendous. Are we going to be kicked out here? We are. We are. Ah. Oh, that's harsh. That's really, really harsh. I had hoped that around El Alamein we would be beating them, but it looks like it's going to be the other way around. Okay, let's stick over here for now, guys. Oh, well, that's looking good at least. We are overwhelming them here. There's the Winter War. Come on, come on, come on. Just wanna do this. So how about we attack over here? Okay, we have beaten them back here. Let's try to move in and at least cut off one of these units. I know this is a bit of a longer episode, but now they are counterattacking, of course. But if we feed in more reinforcements, and these guys would actually reinforce, which they don't. Tough one. Really, really tough one. We should be able to beat them here, though. Yeah, the big question is, are we going to get enough troops into these battles before they can reinforce? But, that being said, I think now is a good place to put in a cut. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and everything, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye-bye.